I'm the moderator of this event. And yeah, if you want to connect with me, please follow me on Twitter. And yeah, let's connect there. Just a warning before we start. Today's slides are very much in this Halloween theme. And I apologize for people who are afraid of spiders, because on the following slides there will be a lot of spiders. So, okay, let's get into it. All right, so this is the QR code for the live translation. But I think it's not working. So I'm very sorry. Last minute fixes didn't help. So unfortunately, you have to see the screen there. You can try, but it's not going to work. Technical difficulties, I guess. It works locally. It works on my machine. All right. Yeah, moving on. Okay, just a few things here. Please silence your phones to not disturb the speakers. Please be aware that the whole event is being recorded and live streamed on YouTube. So yeah, just be aware of that. If you have any questions to the speakers, feel free to ask them after the talks, or just approach them after the program is done and we have our networking session. Please leave the place in a clean state. Then also there is no smoking area or room in this building, as far as I know. And lastly, we want to improve our event every time, so please help us by filling out the feedback form at the end. Thank you. All right. Okay, so just a brief introduction for people who have never been at this event. PHP Tokyo, a local meetup for PHP and Laravel enthusiasts. So these numbers, the members number here is are the members on Discord. We have currently over 130 people there, and we would appreciate if you could join as well. So this is the 5th event. So in the past we had 4 events already. Usually we had around 30 to 40 attendees per event, and on meetup.com we have a rating of 4.9 out of 5. So thank you very much. Okay. Now here a few more QR codes to our social media. Please join the Discord, and today we have at the end we have a panel discussion and QA session, and if you have any questions, please go to the Discord server, and there is a channel called questions. You can ask your questions there. And other than that, just follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever you want. All right. Then a big thanks to our sponsors, Laravel, Pinos, for letting us use this space every time and providing us with food and drinks. Thank you very much. And also Native PHP. Yeah, if you want to become a sponsor, or you're in charge of a company who wants to sponsor us, please reach out to us. Okay. Some news. Obviously, you probably have seen it already. Laravel Live Japan is finally decided. Thank you very much. Yeah, we will have more information about that event later on the discussion. But here is the link to the waitlist. You can sign up, and ticket sales will start shortly. All right. Next. So, who is ready to upgrade PHP to 8.5 already? Right. So yeah, this is the link. It's an overview, new features in PHP 8.5. It's, I think, less than a month. Yeah, November 20th, less than a month. Prepare your applications, I guess. Some very interesting things coming. All right. And lastly, you might have seen it. So the PHP Foundation has put out like a design contest to redesign. For now, only the release page for the new version. But of course, we all hope that a redesign of the whole PHP.net homepage will follow soon. If you're curious, this is the link to their GitHub. So um, there some very good design samples are there. If you're interested, have a look. So, like, unfortunately, the deadline has already passed for submissions, but yeah, we will see. All right. Next point. Please share your experiences here. Take pictures, videos, share it with those hashtags. Yeah, and have a good time. Right. Okay. So this is the program for today. So basically, you are already eating. So and I am doing the opening right now. So we will have 2 lightning talks after that, and then the panel discussion, and then at the end we have some more time for networking, and yeah. All right. And with that, I think we can start with the program. So the first talk is by Kobayashi Manato. It's about the strangeness of PHP from a front-end engineer's perspective. Please give an applause. お願いします。もしよかったら、これはタイムチェックで、はい、お願いします。はい、なるほど。やりか。あれ外部、あれ拡張にして、やりきない。ですか。やり、やりか。ああ、なんか。で、スライドだけやっちゃう。あれそれがこっちにもさ、それをさ、こっちにも家に取ってこれる。家だよ。ちょっと、ここ。こいつは。多分あれ、一回閉じたいと。そうそうそう。あれ、こっち開くのじゃない。下なんで。多分下やと。下いけない。右か左。どっちかや。あ、来た。ミラーリングじゃないようにしたい。そうです、そうです。ミラーリングじゃなくて、ミラーリングになってる。あ、今なってないか。なってないよ。あ、スピーカーの音をこっちに持ってきたい。そうです。ちょっと待って、一回指やめて。わかった。主ディスプレイに。多分そうやと。見えないよってあれ。一回外すか。でもあれか、これ外したらあれか。多分外したらさ、これ逆になる。あれさ、見えないやって。あー、ナイスすぎ。あ、いけた。これでこれをそっちに入れて。あー、オッケーオッケー。あ、そう
いけ、言えない。言えない。この角度だと見えない。はい。いや、マジ天才。あれ。あれ、そっち行っちゃってる、もしかして。マジでだるくてさ。そしたらさ、多分バラバラになるんじゃない多分やけど。確かに。いや、ちょっとあれじゃない多分、あ、じゃこれ、これでさ、反応するか。多分反応しないと思う。
Okay, there's some technical issues going on. Okay, so while we uh Viewfest Japan is happening tomorrow. We are going to Viewfest Japan.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 3 people. 4 people. um,
あ、もうそれでよくです。
Viewfest Japan. What is Viewfest Japan?
Okay, so who here is a front-end engineer or works with front-end in some capacity? Okay, a few of you. Okay, so which front-end framework are you using? Right, that's the correct answer I want to hear. So you probably know what Viewfest is. But for the other people, Viewfest is an international conference for Vue.js, and I think like every year, quite a few famous people, let's say, from the community, including Evan Yu, the creator of Vue.js itself, is gonna be there. I think it's in Otemachi this time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of great talks, and also who here is Anthony Fu? Yeah, a few people know him. Yeah, so Anthony, obviously, if you have used Vue, then you probably know him. He's the creator of many great tools, core team member Next, and yeah, and overall just a great guy. And he lives in Tokyo, by the way. So he moved to Tokyo last year, and so he will be there as well. So if you meet him, say hi. He's a really nice guy. And yeah, I hope he will be here at this event. Yeah, another time again. Right. Thank you. いけますか？
はい。
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm very sorry. So, hi everyone. So, this is my first time presenting in English. So I'll do my best. Today, I'll be talking about the uniqueness of PHP from JavaScript. Let's get started. Okay, here's the plan. First sync versus async, PHP versus JavaScript. Then, how PHP really works. That's the PHP worker, and we check out the limits. And finally, the cool new stuff non-blocking PHP. Yeah. So I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Maruto Kobayashi, and new graduate engineer at Venus and I love traveling and yeah, enjoying a few drinks. Tech-wise, I'm into low-level, the stack OS operating system, databases, and of course Laravel. And I'm doing LT-driven development. So I have a quick question for you all. What was the first language, programming language you learned? Probably a lot of C, Java, and PHP, right? If there's any COBOL developers, I respect it. As homies, I came from a front-end background, so JavaScript was my first language. So I didn't actually touch PHP until I started working. And when I first saw it, I got fused with culture shock. I felt something wrong, like why the dollar sign on the every variables and variable everything global, and uh, you can just redirect the stuff everywhere. And these things that really consume me and frustrate me. But the biggest shock that in PHP, everything is synchronous by default. Other other concrete examples. Let's compare an API that fetches the users. First in JavaScript and then in PHP. In JavaScript, if you forget the await keywords, the code just keeps running. So you send the response before the user data arrives, and the response will be empty. This this is really common pattern in JavaScript. Okay, so now let's look at the PHP examples. And wait, where's the await keywords? There isn't one. This is because PHP is accessing the database asynchronously. Exactly. So that means PHP block as a request while it's processing the current one. So which one is actually easier to understand? Honestly, in my opinion, I actually feel PHP is easier. Why? Because synchronous and status code is just so much easier to follow and way easier to debug. I have been feeling that async code is really difficult. And this white ideas is all based on the shared, shared, shared lasting architectures. But what's the problem with the synchronous model? The problem is blocking IOs. When the process is waiting for the network or the databases or the file system, it just stops all other requests and process. So this sounds terrible for PHP, right? If it is broken, how the PHP handle multiple requests in practice? The answer is we use the PHP FPM model. I bet this looks very familiar to all the PHP devs here. In modern PHP apps, the method is pretty simple. A server like Nginx takes the first request and just processes the job to the PHP FPM. FPM is a process manager that keeps the pool of many PHP worker process. So request A goes to worker 1, request B goes to worker 2, and request 3 goes to worker 3. They block individually, but the system handle many requests concurrently. This is just my personal opinion, but I think the setup is good enough for most cloud apps. As I explained, is a multi-process model, so it can handle multiple requests concurrently. And in addition to that, And this config is easier to scale out. To scale, you just add more worker or add more PHP FVM servers. But the PHP FVM model has its limitations. It has a really hard time with WebSockets, push notifications, real-time games, and chat service. Why? Because those systems need to maintain persistent stateful connections, and then demand super low latency as real-time games. This is about much for PHP FVMs, shared nothing architectures, and in the overhead of starting a process and bootstrapping the entire framework for every single request. So what if we want to build these stateful or high performance applications in PHP? Well, today we now have groundbreaking I/O in modern PHPs, just like Node.js. We have amazing tools like Sword and React PHPs. These run PHP in totally different ways as a long-running, asynchronous, event-driven process. So let's conclusions. First, PHP is synchronous by default, which makes it simple and easy to understand. Second, for most cloud apps, the PHP FPM model is fine. It uses a multi-process model to handle concurrency. And finally, PHP is no longer just synchronous. With new tools like Sword and React PHP, we can now build true non-blocking applications. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do we have any questions? No? Okay. Yeah, then I think we can already move on to the next talk. Madhu, are you ready? Okay. Please, big applause for Madhu.
Oh, okay. So, good evening, everyone. So, today I'm going to present about how I built my own SoundCloud with Laravel and Vue because 120 minutes was not enough. So, without further delay, I would like to introduce myself quickly. So, my name is Madhusudan Subedi. So, I'm currently working as a backend software engineer at High Velocity. So, these are my usernames for social medias like LinkedIn, GitHub, and X. And this is my website. So we can connect through social media. So maybe most of us, we can agree on this. So tech never slows down. Here are two memes I keep here. So keeping up with tech is easy. Just follow 200 newsletters and sleep never. And likewise, the only constant in tech is the pop-up that says a new version is available. So means is a developer or is a tech person, always we need to learn new things every day, right? And the new things can be like our existing tech stacks. We need to deeper down to become more perfect on that tech stack or that tools. Likewise, always new things or new updates are coming around, so we need to get up to date with those things as well. That is quite not easy task for us, but I found one advertisement from TLDR newsletter. The guy Alex Swanson says, just got from. So the guy Alex Jensen said just got promoted to principal engineer, and he did not do much of any work, but he said like he just worked on like he just read the 5 minutes a day that TLDR newsletter things. So this might be a kind of meme or something like that, but if we learn new things 5 minutes a day, obviously that will add values to you because you get the new ideas on the news or updates on the text. So that compounding knowledge and consistency will help you. So thinking like that, I also used to follow some tech newsletters and some popular articles from the renowned publishers. And one day, like one of my friends suggested to make a content, audio content based on that tech updates. So since I was kind of interested to create some content at the time, and then I collected those news, those updates, and after that I started my some audio content. And basically at that time I uploaded my audio content to the SoundCloud, and then I just embed those audio to my website. That was simple, but I got the problem. So SoundCloud hit the 120-minute upload limit. So I needed a flexible solution for audio streaming at that time. So obviously there were a couple of solutions. Maybe I can subscribe SoundCloud subscription, or I can use a different kind of tools. But as a developer, I thought it was a good time for me to utilize my skills and just make a app for that, so that I can make my own application and I can use my own. Then I got the idea to build this streaming simple applications. So it's look like SoundCloud. I just copied the design from SoundCloud, but it doesn't have much features like SoundCloud, of course, but it has the features that fulfill my requirement. And also one good thing about working on this was learn and experiment with Laravel, Vue, and also vibe coding. So for this, I use TechStack, Laravel backend, and Vue.js and Inertia.js for the front end, and the styling Tailwind CSS. So I chose Laravel and PHP because I worked on those tech stacks. So I was kind of familiar on those tech stacks. And for the future, I'm thinking to use Postgres database and R2 storage from Cloudflare that provides 10 GB of free storage per month. So here is the basic streaming flow. So basically, so browser, like this is specific for the embedded one. So browser requests the embed and episode ID, and then it gets the UI. From the UI, it requests the API. So that API returns the stream URL. So based on that stream URL, it calls to the server, and from server, it returns the 8 KB chunks of data to the browser, so that it plays the audio, and on demand, like it calls the server, and then it gets return the response, so that like audio play will be until and unless it completes, the process continues and audio will be played. And for that thing, like it uses HTTP range request. So for this particular API request with range 0 bytes for the initial play, and let's say if someone seeks to 2 minutes, then it calculates the byte position and then send the request to the server with this endpoint. And after that, a browser respond with the 8 KB song. So that's how it works. And one thing about to fix, like I just today I found one issue. So when multiple players are embedded in one same page without global control, so all episodes can play simultaneously. So that is kind of causing some chaos. So I'm planning to fix this weekend. And one experience for me was I did vibe coding to make this application, and without writing most of the code. So it was a great experience. And so for the side projects, we don't need any perfection. So it was very helpful to do a vibe coding. And also, one interesting thing was even deployment and server issues was fixing by AI agent. So I did not do much. So uh, here is the conclusion. So don't let the platform limits stop your creativity. Build your own tools. So Laravel plus Vue is a powerful combo for side projects with big impact. And focus on vibe coding. Small iterative wins is better than perfection. So we can incrementally deliver values. And yeah, of course, share your creations. Someone will find them useful. So please let me know if that is not useful. And keep learning. Don't forget to sip. So that's the conclusion. Before questions, I would like to show quick demo. So I created this application, and here has a list of audios, and I can even play. And yeah, and once it is selected, then I can get the embed code from here, and then I embed it in my website. So player looks like this. So yeah, this is the overall what I made. So I think time is already up, maybe. So that's why if there are any questions, we can questions or anything we can discuss in networking session. Uh, so here are my links for the Laravel repository, sorry, GitHub repository and website. Yeah, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. All right. I think we will have a short break, maybe 5 minutes, to prepare for the panel discussion. Yeah, feel free to grab more food and drinks if you run out. And yeah.
session. Yeah, welcome back. So this is our fourth PHPxTKY event over here. And is there anyone who participated in the program for the first time today? Please raise your hands. Okay, nice to see some new faces. Welcome. So let's get started. So now we are entering into the second phase of our today's session, which is all about our grand event that we are going to organize next year, which is Laravel Live Japan. And then something about me. I think I'm the familiar face over here. You might have seen me a couple of times. So I am working in Mercari as a software engineer. Is there anyone who uses Mercari? Okay. Nice. Everyone uses Mercari. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So yeah, I'm a PHP developer, but these days I work with Golang as well. So like in the first PHPxTKY event, I gave a presentation about RAG. So probably I will be giving some presentations in the future as well. But I want everyone of you to come and talk in that session. So if you want to be connected with me, you can simply scan and add me on Twitter if you want. Else it's fine. Okay, let's get started. Okay, something strange is happening. Okay, so we are back. So how many of you over here have heard the terminology called Laracon? Is there anyone who has heard Laracon? Anyone? Okay. So how many of us have attended Laracon? Okay, quite a few. Even I have never ever attended any Laracon, but there was one participant who bought some goodies from Laracon back in 2016 in my early days of my career. So Laracon is one of the biggest PHP event which happens across the globe. So you can see we have Laracon US, which happens in the United States. Similarly, we have something in the Australia. Same thing, similar kind of largest PHP event in the Europe, and also similar kind of event in my neighboring country, which is India. Just you can see this is very nice design, traditional Indian design. So there are lots of events happening across the globe, and there is something called Laravel Live, which happens in the UK. So it is happening all over the world. But what about Japan? So does Japan have any big PHP conference like that where people from the whole planet gather together and discuss about Laravel PHP? They communicate with each other, they build some network, and they talk about the ideas. What about Japan? So there is nothing. But in 2025, this guy, if you know him, he is one of the mastermind in the Laravel community. So this man, Marcel, he simply tweeted something, and he badly wants to see Laravel live conference in Japan, and probably he will be here. So that was his post. And then you can see this post simply ignited a fire in the Laravel community. So this is so I have only selected some of the comments, but there were lots and lots of comments, and many people, they wanted to participate and in the Laravel event over here in Japan. So you can see we have our team member David, who says, let's see, we can make up some plans. And you can see Jeffrey Way, who is the greatest teacher available in the planet. He also is highly interested. So you can see whole Laravel community and the people, they are interested in this thing. So after this, Hamasaki-san, our leader, so he posted this, and then you can see I'm also over there. I also expressed my expression of interest, and then we decided something. And in the upcoming days, we had a very first meeting. It was in Tokyo in the Impact Hub. And then we talked about organizing a big PHP event over here in Japan. So that was the first day where we initiated the idea of PHPxTKY. And then finally, thank you so much, Binos, for sponsoring us and providing us with venue, food, drinks, and everything. Without your support, it would have never ever been possible. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for Binos for supporting us, everybody. So you can see we had a blasting PHPxTKY event, which was the first event somewhere around March. We had like more than 40 participants who participated on that particular day. And then we had few other following sessions, like we had second and the third sessions. So the latest session was in August. And today, here we are in the fourth session. So as you can see, Marcel's tweet that ignited a fire, and then we are preparing something behind the scenes. And finally we have something that is going to happen. So let's clap and let's cheer up for the particular moment. So finally, Laravel Live Japan is happening, and you can see this is our official website. I took the screenshot from the official website. It is full traditional Japanese. You can see the Japanese logo over here, and then it's happening in 2026 from 5th of May. I mean, like 26th to 27th of May in the Tachikawa Stage Garden. So if you want to register yourself, please simply scan this URL and you can register yourself for the time being. So I'll just give a couple of seconds. Okay, let me move forward. So Tachikawa Stage Garden, where we will be holding our program. This is very majestic. So we can simply imagine how majestic the program is going to be. So even Taylor Atwell, creator of the Laravel, is super duper excited about it. Not only him, many people across the globe, they are so much happy about Laravel Live Japan. They love Japan. They wanted to come to Japan, and everyone is happy about Laravel Live Japan. So I just took only selected screenshots, but if you search in the Twitter, you'll find hundreds and hundreds of them. So now today we are going to have a panel discussion about Laravel Live Japan. We want to know what this event is, why are we holding this thing, and few other questions that we would like to know. So just a reminder, every one of you can participate in this event. So how you can do is you can simply ask the questions. I will simply share the link to the Discord afterwards. So you can simply join the Discord. Either you can choose, there are two channels for Laravel Live Japan or questions. You can post your questions in any of the channels, and then we'll have our moderator, we'll have our panelist, Ryuta-san and David, answer those questions. So let me introduce you to Ryuta-san and David. Let me call both of them to the stage. Let's give a big round of applause. So in the meantime, while we are preparing for the things, so please join the Discord. If you have not joined, simply scan the link over there, and then you can see there are some channels like PHP-Tokyo, Laravel Live Japan. So you can join any of the channels. Don't worry, if you don't know English or if you don't know Japanese, we have separate channels for both of the situations. You can join the particular channel that you, I mean, like the language that you speak, and you can ask the questions in your own language, and that will be automatically translated to English. I mean, like we support only Japanese and English, but that will be translated back and forth. So that is the basic information. So now let's get started with few of the predefined questions. So my first question, I want everyone to know what exactly is Laravel Live Japan.
Okay, Laravel Live Japan is international Laravel conference in Japan, and it's officially hosted by the Laravel team. Even though it's called Laravel Live Japan, it's basically Laracon Japan. The name doesn't really matter. So it's truly Laracon vibes, and we're gonna have attendees and speakers from all around the world, of course from Japan as well. So this is the event to connect the PHP and Laravel community in Japan with the rest of the world. In Japan, there is PHP conference almost every month somewhere in Japan. It's only Japan. It's crazy. So PHP community in Japan is crazy, but no one knows about it outside of Japan because the PHP community in Japan is kind of closed within Japan. So, but also as you saw in the previous slides, there are so many people from outside of Japan who are interested in coming to Japan and connect with the PHP community in Japan. So this is the event to connect the PHP and Laravel community with the rest of the world. So, and we also have many Laravel team members and a couple of like legendary people from the Laravel community. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, in terms of what the event is, I think Ryuta just described it very well. I have one thing to add here, which is kind of a personal thing, but it's about the community in Japan being kind of closed off. So for me personally, I join many PHP conferences in Japan, and it's often that I'm the only foreigner there. But nevertheless, I always feel welcome, and I kind of wanted to give other foreigners, foreign engineers, the same experience. And on the other hand, giving Japanese engineers the chance to interact with foreign engineers. So that is one of the main reasons also why this event is happening next year.
Thank you. So next question. So how did the idea of this event actually start?
Okay. So I've always wanted to bring or have a Laravel conference, international Laravel conference in Japan since when I attended Laracon US a while ago. And David and myself attended Laracon Australia last year, November last year. And then, we attended the conference and we really enjoyed and we got inspired from all of the, speakers and people. And we just talked about the idea of kind of international PHP and Laravel community in Japan and bring Laracon to Japan. And we just two of us started the conversation in Australia.
Yeah, so yeah, for me also, like Laracon Australia, it was until now the only Laracon I attended. So I'm kind of a rookie compared to Ryuta, but yeah, we were talking even before that, I think. Like sometimes we were saying it would be nice if we had like a Laravel related event in Japan. And for me, it was always like, well, there are Laracons, there is one in India and there is one in Australia, but both are very far away from Japan. And so I was always wondering if there was a possibility to have a Laracon or a Laravel Live in East Asia, or more specifically in Japan. And yeah, after meeting Ryuta and after we went to Australia, we talked to many people in the community, but also to core team members of Laravel. And we didn't know it at that time, but we kind of, it was more half jokingly, we said, what if we could bring the Laravel or Laracon experience to Japan as well? And we got very positive feedback. Many people were interested, and they basically said they would book a flight to Japan instantly if we had an event like that. And so that was kind of the spark, I guess. So we kind of felt like we have to make it happen.
Thank you. So let's move on to the next question. So why do you think that now is the right time to host Laravel Live in Japan?
Why? Because I met David and also I joined the Laravel team last year, and I can get support from the Laravel team. And if you don't know, Laravel is actually a company, even though it's an open source framework. So there's a company behind it, and they we have an event marketing team here in Laravel to support organizing conferences and meetups like this. That's why Laravel sponsors this meetup as well. And we have, basically full support from them. So we don't have to worry about, hard things like booking the venue and or managing monies and stuff like that. We can focus on, basically organizing the event and make it an awesome event. So it was, everything come together, and it's just the, right timing.
Yeah, I agree. Like from a practical standpoint, I think it was um, because, well, at that time Yuta also joined Laravel, so that obviously helped a lot. But also, I think if you think a little bit like further, currently Japan is kind of experiencing like a wave of tourism again, I guess. So the interest in Japan as a country itself is great right now. So, and I expect a lot of people who will be attending Laracon Live and also the speakers themselves, they will probably not only come like for 2 days to Japan, so they will probably also like spend a few more days or combine it with holidays in Japan. And yeah, I hope they will have a great time and experience not only the conference itself, but also yeah, the hospitality and the country itself.
Sounds really great. So let's move on to next question. So all right, so we are organizing a very big conference. So Laracon is a very big conference. So it's not a small thing. So how has this been so far?
Yeah, it's been so challenging because none of us had any experiences, organizing conferences. We just hosted a few PHP Tokyo meetups, and like we had to find venues, and we had no ideas which venue is good for this conference. Um, and we shortlisted a couple of venues and visited those venues in person. Also, because even though Laravel is an event officially, because Laravel is an American company, we couldn't book the venue directly through Laravel. So we had to find an event agency who can sign the contract in behalf of us, also handle all the technical things like lightning, audio, video, stuff like that. And, yeah. So it's a lot of work just to book the venue. So we learned a lot along the way. So now I really respect other PHP and any tech conference organizers.
Yeah, the one thing I think I learned from this experience so far is that everything takes way longer than you expect. So, like going back and forth with different companies and parties, and it's just like I think in the beginning we kind of thought we could organize a venue or something like within a month or two, and well, turns out it takes almost like half a year. So yeah, that has been yeah, a learning point, I guess. And also the other challenging thing was like we had no experience at all, no feeling for like the pricing of things. How much would something cost? We had no idea, and we learned it by basically yeah, just comparing different offers from different companies and kind of get a feel for the pricing, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's about it.
Thank you. So let's move on to next one. So how did the team come together? So did you all know each other before this?
So, like you saw the tweet, like my tweet on Twitter. So like I just tweet about, is anyone interested in this Laravel conference in Japan? And then a lot of people reach out to me, and I started a Discord server, and you know, the PHP Tokyo organizer team, came together and just started talking about it. So we didn't know each other other than David and myself. So everyone's new to each other, but everyone loves Laravel. So that's the common thing we had. Um, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I was just so surprised that like one day we were talking and we just decided to create the Discord server and to call out for people. And yeah, I was so surprised. I honestly didn't expect anybody to show up. So even more surprising was that like within the first week or what, like more than 70 people joined the Discord server. That was very surprising.
Sounds interesting. So let's move to next phase. So like we are organizing Laravel Live Japan. So what can the participants expect from this particular event? So in terms of the content, maybe will they learn something new, some great speakers, or maybe some sort of atmosphere?
Um, we just launched the website and we haven't decided any speakers yet. But we're gonna launch talk CFP form so anyone can submit for talk. And like this event, we're gonna have live translation between Japanese and English. So don't worry about language. So you can give a talk in Japanese or English. So we're looking for your talk submissions, and also I think we're gonna have a couple of speakers from the Laravel team as well, and Taylor Otway, the creator of Laravel, is very interested in coming to Japan because he loves Japan. So I will convince him to come to Japan. So it's a rare opportunity, I think, to meet him in person and ask questions, anything about Laravel framework. And in terms of the venue, it's a huge venue, like you saw in the previous slides. It has a big stage and a very nice soft chair. Also, it's a single track conference so that everyone can experience the same thing. And we're gonna have a MC to to host the event. Yeah, and I think I'd love to have some social events as well so that everyone can talk to each other and connect with each other. And maybe we're gonna have, of course, after party, but not also after parties. Maybe we can have pre and post conference events like mini social events. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of the program itself, there's not much decided yet. But yeah, I think what you can expect if you watch any videos online of some Laravel Lives or Laracons, you might get an idea of what you can expect. So we will make sure the talks are an interesting mix of different things. And as Ruta said, it's an opportunity to connect and talk to people from the community from outside of Japan, from the core team, and yeah, I think it will. The stage is amazing. The venue is amazing. Around the venue, there are many great like coffee shops and restaurants, and yeah. So I think you will have a great time.
Thank you. Sounds really great. So I think Hamasaki-san just covered this thing. So yeah, we are expecting some international speakers. So let me skip this question and move to the next one. So one of the very important questions. So who is this event for? So is it only for some Laravel experts or someone who is already completely used to with Laravel, or someone who is completely newbie to Laravel or PHP? Also, they can enjoy and join and learn.
I want to make it an event for any like web developers, whether you're an expert or you just got started. We want to have a mix of different kind of topics in terms of talks, like very deep technical talks to maybe soft skills or maybe front end or I don't know, business side of things. So not only the very deep technical talks. And even though, you know, conferences are not just about talks. Actually, you can watch talks online later, but I think it's more about, you know, connecting with people. So I'm sure any, you know, you don't have to be an expert of Laravel to enjoy the conference.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, just yeah, like the vibe or雰囲気 in Japanese, I guess, is equally important as the talks themselves. Obviously, you will learn new things probably. You will hear some news from Laravel probably. But there are other things besides the technical things. Like you said, like soft skills. Typically on LaraCons, you have maybe one or two talks that are more into the business side or more into soft skills rather than technical. But yeah, as I said before, we will make sure it is interesting for all levels of expertise, I guess.
Just a second, please. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is what I have been seeing in the Twitter as well. So after LaraCon, many of the people express similar thoughts about this event. It's not just about learning something new, rather than it's about talking and meeting new people and getting mind with lots and lots of new ideas. Okay, so next one. So why did we particularly choose this venue, Tachikawa Stage Garden, and why Tokyo? Japan is a big country. There are lots and lots of beautiful cities over here. Why not another city in Japan? Why did we specifically choose Tokyo?
And I mean, I personally, maybe it doesn't have to be Tokyo. Personally, I'd love to do it in other cities like Fukuoka, which I love in the future. But because this is the first event, and I think Tokyo is the most convenient option for everyone. And in Tokyo, Tachikawa. Tachikawa is not a very popular destination, especially for, you know, developers or conferences. But one thing we're looking for the venue was that we wanted to have a venue like a theater setting, not just like a, you know, normal conference room in a business building. Because after attending all the outcomes around the world, I really liked about vibes and the venue was that the venue was more like an like one person venue, not like business conference room. And there's a, you know, kind of big stage. It's so for me, it's more like an festival or yeah, things like that, not just the conference. So we're looking for this kind of venue, and I couldn't find a good venue in the central area in Tokyo. And if there is a one, it's very expensive. And I just you know, found that from Swift community, there's a conference called Try Swift Tokyo, and they had a conference in this venue in Tachikawa, and I live very near Tachikawa, just 5 minutes from my place. So I just went to Tachikawa right after seeing the tweet from Try Swift, and I saw the venue, and I really loved it. So, so that's basically why.
So I guess you don't want to admit that it's just convenient for you then. No, he's right. I mean, we went to see a few other places as well, and most of them were just very, how should I say, like somewhere in a high-rise building, like a conference center, and it was kind of boring almost. So it was not really inspiring. It didn't have enough space for people to like mingle and network. Sometimes it lacked space for for the sponsor booths, or there were other like rules like you cannot bring like drinks or whatever. So there was always, and also the price, of course. So there was always something that was missing, that we experienced, especially like in Australia. So we were looking specifically for a place that kinda has the same atmosphere, I guess. And Tachikawa is literally like that. So the first time we went to see Tachikawa Stage Garden, we both immediately we knew that okay, yeah, we wanted this place. Yeah.
Sounds really great. So I have been to Tachikawa once, and can say Tachikawa is really beautiful place, and having event in such beautiful place would be really a blessing. So let's move on to next question. So Laravel Live is all about the community. So how can the people get involved in this event?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that are not decided yet. Well, first of all, by simply joining and participating in the conference, of course, basically showing up there is already an important part in terms of like together the community from Japan and from overseas. So that's the first step. In terms of helping out or something, there's I don't know if we are looking for volunteers maybe down the road. If we need volunteers, obviously we will announce that, but that's currently not yet decided. And then obviously there are other things like sponsoring, but again, it's not decided yet how exactly this will be happening. But announcement related to that will come soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you covered everything.
Okay.
Thank you. That was a very important question, and thank you so much for answering it nicely. So I think this somehow or other relates to the same thing. I think you basically already answered this, but like there is some question in the Discord that I can see something associated with the speakers. So can you shed some light about this thing? So how will the CPF be managed? What kind of CPF are we expecting? And then like what is the deadline for this thing?
Okay, we're planning to open CFP soon. The live translation is not working for now, for example. But so we're gonna open CFP next month. CFP 来月オープンします。started working. Okay. Okay. So you can submit any types of talks, and you can submit as many talks as you want. So pretty much the same as other PHP or any tech conferences. So we're waiting for your talks proposals. And in terms of being involved in as volunteers and sponsors, I think David covered it. But we're going to open the sponsor application soon as well. And so we're going to have sponsors and many other kind of sponsors, maybe like Wi-Fi sponsors, things like that. Yeah, and definitely we need some native Japanese speakers as volunteers to talk to Japanese attendees, like registrations or Japanese volunteers, things like that. So yeah, stay tuned.
Thank you. So let's move on. So I think that basically covered all of the questions that we have on the Discord.
Time.
One more. Okay. So let's choose this one as our last question. So let's talk about the tickets. So when will the bookings be open? So I have another follow-up question as well, so which I would like to ask beforehand. So anything that we can share about the pricing model? Will there be any sort of like early bird tickets or maybe different kind of passes? So is there any plans about this pricing and the ticket model?
Yeah. So we're going to open ticket sales soon basically next month. Yes, soon, very soon. We're working hard on it. And in terms of pricing model, of course, I think we're going to have early bird tickets and normal ticket pricing, but don't really worry about the ticket pricing because, if you look at ticket pricing in other Laracons, like Laracon US, Australia, EU, it's very expensive. Like it costs about like 10,000 yen just for the tickets, which is crazy. But in Japan, it's not very common to pay that expensive money for the conference tickets. So we make sure it's affordable and accessible for Japanese people as well. Yeah. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, we negotiated hard to bring the prices down of the ticket, so don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. Well, regarding the sales start, November 13th, I think, was it?
Yeah.
Kind of around November 13th will the ticket start sale. Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. So that sounds a really amazing answer, because like if the tickets are going to be affordable, we can hope that more and more people will participate. So that's all for my questions. Even though we have few other questions, we don't have time. We need to save the time for the networking. So we will provide answers on the Discord. So I request everyone once more, please, I would like to share the QR to join the Discord. So please join the Discord server. You can add any sort of questions that you want to ask about this event, PHPxTKY, Laravel, or specifically Laravel Live Japan. So your questions will get answered over there. So that's all for our session for the question and answer. Thank you so much, Hamasaki-san and David, for answering the questions. So yeah, thank you so much. So thank you.
ありがとうございました。
Yeah.
All right. So we are already at the end of our program for today. If you want to become a speaker at the next event, then please submit your talk. This is the QR code for the form. If you're interested, we are always looking for speakers. It can be any topic related to web development. It doesn't need to be PHP or Laravel, although that's obviously the focus of this event. But yeah, we are looking forward to receive your submissions. And lastly, like I mentioned, we want to improve our event every time. So please give us your honest feedback. Scan the code. You will find a form there. Please share your critique and your praise with us, and we hope we can improve the next event even further. Right, and that's all for today. Thank you very much. So the last thing before we can go over to the networking part of this event is I would like to take a picture with everyone, maybe over there. We basically do this every time, just like as a memory. And so yeah, please let's make a little bit of space over there, close to the wall. Yeah, thanks.
ありがとうございました。ぜひ、とか食べがありますので、楽しんでください。